Hello, this is Paul from RankWyz. Today's video is on a topic that attracts probably the most of the questions from RankWyz users: how to improve indexing of your Web2 blocks. Indeed, in the process of building the block networks, when you create a network, when you post the content, when you next step, when you build an authority for your blocks, and then you start using your blocks for link building, for your SEO, all steps except building authority are more or less straightforward. So we'll know how to create blogs, how to post content, how to post link. That all of those steps are more or less automated in RankWyz. You can do it pretty fast and on a bulk, covering pretty big networks. But building authority is the step where it requires a lot of planning, and of course it starts with the definition of authority, and it definitely will be different from user to user depending on how you use your blogs. If you're looking to build links directly from those blogs directly to your client site or your own site, you need to age them more, get them indexed. You need to probably wait for a metrics update to see that results of your authority building. So when you have the higher page authority and majestic metrics on those blogs before you start placing linking to your site or your client sites, or if you use those for lower tier, let's say you use them backlink in your PBN, so you probably will be less picky on how high authority of those blocks will be, but at least they have to be indexed. And I believe that indexing is the minimal the authority criteria that you can apply to any block network, and should be an essential step of when you start a building network for yourself or for your client, and you place the link going to your to that site. And of course we'll start with the most used term statement regarding this, as it doesn't count unless indexed. Of course, you spend the effort, you build your network, you post the content, and no matter what the content you build, you might even write all your articles. If post not indexed, they don't count. If we go deep technical, it's not exactly true. There is like different stages of how pages being crawled and how they're getting in the indexes. But if you want exact criteria, end result of this process is page getting indexed or not. And once it's indexed, the power of the link that is coming from this page is multiplied. I was recently asked by one of our members to help with this problem. He's a very experienced SEO professional and like a lot of knowledge. So we didn't need to talk about the basics of SEO, but yet when he set up his project and followed the steps, this is the project. He's in a chiropractic niche, and you can see there are PBN, there are Web2 networks, there are like tier 2, tier 3. There are networks where he set up everything to warm up his blogs, and he built a necessary amount of number of posts, he believed, to have before blogs will be ready to be starting posting. But pretty much none of his blogs were indexed, and this is when he asked me to help. And as a result, I decided to make a video outlining steps that might help other members to follow and radically increase indexing on your blogs. You can see as a result we have close to 300 blogs that are indexed, and if I go to the network, you can see that 265 blogs are indexed, and totaling close to 3,400 indexed URLs. That's a huge power. That's a lot of power. But even more, About half of those blogs are ranking in Google for the total of 453 posts are ranking in Google. That would I'm not going to cover this now, but I repeat it over and over again. For me, this is the ultimate indication of authority when the post, the page is not only indexed but also ranking, even for the low competitive but highly relevant keyword. And you can see that it's not only the ranking, but we have about 45 top 10 rankings, and pretty much all of them are in the top 100. So it's pretty good results, considering that we started with the blogs that weren't even indexed. If I sort them by indexing, you can see that the good stats on indexing, all blogs are indexed in RankWyz or check-in. You can see that a lot of them indexed, and with the recent most update, you can see that some of the blogs already started to show the authority. So you can see that, let's say that those a few, it's not too many, but it's not, so it wasn't our goal to see. We'll probably see more of them with the new update. And imagine to have 200 of high PA blogs is it's a lot of power. So it's not in any way substitution or replacement of PBN strategy, but having hundreds of high metric Web2 accounts it's a lot of power. So back to the demo, to the presentation. So what we do in steps in order to improve indexing of Web2 blogs. So number one is we're sending posts to bulk indexing services. There are a number of them out there. So I listed them not on the priority, not on the way I believe that they're more important or less important. Those are bulk indexing services RankWyz supports, and we have Linklishes, Link Processor, Express Indexer, Lindexed, Instant Indexer, Backlink Indexer. Those two we added very recently, so I didn't announce it yet. So we have quite a few bulk indexing services. They all use their own logic how they index posts, but probably some more efficient, some less efficient. But the advantage for RankWyz members that we have built not all of the services, but 4 we have built in for the automatic backlink indexing, and just simply by enabling this, and this is simple step so many of our users just forgot to do when they set up the project. This is my network now. You can see that similar results. A lot of blogs are indexed, ranking somewhat. If I go to settings on the network, I can enable bulk indexing. That's it. This simple click will activate this network for sending posts, all new created posts, to bulk indexing services. And again, so some people believe that they're not as effective as they used to be, but just with a single click you can send your post to 4 bulk indexing services. That's effort worth the time. Regarding sending posts to bulk indexing services, there are 2 ways that we have it implemented in RankWyz, and the one that I just showed is the use built-in services. So basically, by clicking them, you can send all new posts to be sent to those services. The drawback here is that it's only done once when the post is created, and the same day, end of the day, when the post is created, the link will be sent to bulk link. bulk indexing and will not repeat. So you have the power of do it using your own accounts. And if you go to tools integration, you will see the option to add all of your accounts there. And then if you have your own accounts, you can activate using your own accounts. As simple as that, you can run the bulk indexing using your own accounts, and then you can send some of the links repeatedly to the bulk indexing if this is using your own accounts. Once again, you need to add your own accounts if you want to register them, and add you'll go to tools, integration, and there are like a whole bunch of indexing services. So you add new account, and this is how many we support. The next step will be building backlinks. Of course, this is the most known way of increasing indexing is by building backlinks, and of course RankWyz supports this with a pretty much a high level automation. Once I go to my project, I can set up higher tier network, lower tier network, and I can automatically set up using push submission. I'm not going into details, but every time you post on your higher tier network, you have an option to automatically build backlink to every post created X number of times. We always use X because this is a configuration you can use. Let's say if you create your higher tier network and you for every post created here you want to create, let's say, 5 posts backlink and automatically post. This is what you can do using so-called push submission. This is one approach, using your own lower tier network blocks and bookmarking. Again, so you set it up. So of course, if you want to post way more, like let's say 5 times or more posts on the lower tier network, you need to have more blocks or bookmarking account on the lower tier to make sure that you not overload them and not getting them suspended way too fast. Another way would be using managed networks or shared networks. Of course, it is quite a task to maintain your own low tier network just for the sake of indexing, and of course you don't have enough time to manage them, to replenish them with the new network, and so on and so on. So for that reason, if it's lower tier, so RankWyz has so-called managed shared networks, and we have a page that shows all networks. You can see that there are Web2 networks, automotive, business, education, finance, and so on, going down, and the social bookmarking networks. And you can see that at any point of time, RankWyz maintains 10,000 blogs in every network and 5,000 accounts in the bookmarking network. So that's a lot of power. So not only you should not be worried about abusing your network, because we take the responsibility for making sure that every network has enough blocks or accounts so that we don't drive those accounts to the quick suspension. But we also make sure that we also guarantee that the content posted on the network will be relevant. So by configuration, user cannot send their own content to the network. RankWyz create the content and you only post your links. So if you post on the health network cosmetic surgery, so you don't need to worry so that all other posts will be on some spammy topic. If it is chiropractic care, so the posts will be on the topic of chiropractor. related keywords, and your links will be placed in the relevant keywords. And as I said, the definite relief is for those who can't think of having so many blogs, and especially dealing with the suspension and deletion of blogs. Once you post your links, you'll never overload our shared networks with the links to the same blogs, which is critical. So you can't have 10 blogs and backlink them continuously over and over again on another 10 blogs. Like, there's only so much value of linking from one blog to another blog over and over again. So when you have 10,000 blogs, that's a different story. So you have a huge variety of Web2 blogs with the relevant content that are sending backlinks to your blogs. Another advantage, of course, there's a disadvantage of using shared networks comparing to your own, and if you are in the building your own lower tier, so you can take care of them better, you can send better content. But another advantage of shared network is you don't need to do preliminary indexing of your shared networks, because of the volume of posting and because of the regular content posting, the majority of the blogs already indexed in the shared networks. While if you build your own tier 3 networks, you need to also take care of the kind of backlinking and getting them indexed. All posts made on the shared networks automatically sent to automatic backlinking, so it's not only you posting to your tier 2 network, let's say, but you now post tier 2, then backlink in the shared network tier 3, then all your posts is sent to the automatic indexing, which you can consider tier 4. And that's a massive snowball effect link building with not much of the extra effort, while you set up your own network where you want to take care, let's say this one, and backlinking will be done using shared networks. Another topic I want to cover regarding building backlinks. There are two scenarios of how we build backlinks for our network. Let's say this is network and we want to build backlinks. One approach is that every time we make a post on the higher tier network, we automatically backlink it, as I said, X times, let's say 5 times on the lower tier. So basically, we make a post, we create several posts with the relevant content, backlinking this post on this tier 2, let's say in my case, network, and then supposed to increase index, and it is increased indexing. The problem is that sometimes after it's all done, posts are still not indexed, blogs are still not indexed. So we have two scenarios. So for one, we automatically backlink X times every new post, and that's what's called push submission. So I'm not going into detail how to set up it, but every time you post, you can set up X time backlinks. Another approach, another scenario is just continuously building backlink into existing blogs or posts. If I go to this network, to this scenario, let's say I have this network and there are like lots of blogs are here not indexed. I already made, let's say, 15 posts on those blogs. I don't want to post more. I don't want to get them suspended. I only need to work. I want to work on them, getting them indexed. And if I go again to settings of the network, we have an automation, so-called automation data pipe, and there are several of them, and one of them is tier backlinking, where you can say that every night you want to use, let's say, and depending on the size of your network, depending on number of credits you have, you decide how many you have. Let's say I have 200 blogs and I want them continuously build backlinks until they're all indexed and I have enough credits. I will do let's say 100 posts, you can select the ratio between home pages and inner pages, and then you send those posts automatically to lower tier, to social bookmarking, social, Web2, and there are like options of how them configure naked plus title, advanced. This will be to use a link profile. So what we have in this case, as I said, so once you have your blocks and you're not happy with the indexing, you can continue backlink them until they all index. And of course, with the combination or with the authority pipe that will move index block out of the this network, you can set the process so that when you come back later on, you can see that index blocked once not only blocked are worked on getting indexed, but index blocked are moved out to the separate network, so you don't continue backlinking them for the sake of getting indexed. Again, so there are two ways of building backlinks. One is as you making posts on your higher tier, you automatically backlink in every new post with a push submission, or you build backlink to existing blocks continuously until blocks are posting without posting on the higher tier. One of the mistakes so many users do is to continue post to your blogs, especially those blogs that you consider to be your, let's say, tier 2, so basically high authority tier. Once you have 15-20 posts, you don't need to post any longer, so you need to build continue now change the focus to raise the authority of those blogs. Let's say you have the project, I don't have diagram, but it just probably will be easy to understand from the structure. This is our this is my PB, and this is my Web2 network linking up to PB, and this is where tier 3, or I can use shared network. Then I can do bulk indexing, which is somewhat backlinking as well. So exactly same way that every link from PBN, like people get into mentality so that link from PBN can damage your main site. Like, I mean, nobody questions this, but going lower to the tier, like they usually loosen up. So it's like, well, so it's just basically just hammering those blocks, building links to the PBN. So see what happens. So you create your PBN, you bought a PBN, so it's an existing link profile, but now you need to continue to build backlinks to this, and it's essential you continue to build backlink, and especially relevant backlink to your new niche, new topic. And it's not exactly the same as the blog was, so you want to improve your LinkedIn profile to add links from the more relevant blogs to your niche. So you create a PBN, so you're building links. Now you start backlinking the PBN, and every PBN in somewhat to some extent the similar site that you should take care of the same way as you take care of money site. So basically any link you build to the PBN blog is either increase your value of your PBN or decrease. If you start building a lot of links from the low quality sites, so you will just hammer your PBN. No question. Nobody questions this. But if you spend time and build Web2 network and you believe that it's good enough, then you start hammering those. Eventually you will just get them all suspended, all deleted. So what's end result? You will have Google will see lots of dropped backlinks, and this is a spam filter. There's known filter how search engine can identify buggy the spammy backlinks. So when there's a quick raise of number of and then drop, it's called link velocity. Social signals, of course, social signals nobody can everyone knows importance of the social signals, and you can use third-party services to build the social signals. And again, one level you build the social signals in, it always helps. Of course, the lower you go, the harder it is to build social signals for all your networks. Let's say, again, in my case, I can build social signals to my PBN. Then I have 200 something blocks in the tier 2 network, so I probably can build social signals here too, and then goes down and down. But social signals help. So RankWyz has an automation for this. You can see that I have no, I don't have it here. So we support networks with the type of social network, and you can add your Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn accounts. The best I found working Twitter accounts, because they are working great, so they're not getting suspended as fast, so there's not much trouble, and it's easy to automate. So once you have a network with your social accounts and you need to authorize them, so I decided to go and create the social network, Twitter. So you have an option to add your accounts. Once you add your Twitter, you can see that it will get you to the Twitter to authorize. So we use Twitter API to post. It gets pretty much 100% success rate and lowers the suspension rate. And once you have your accounts here, let's say 50, 100 accounts, you can authorize them manually. You can buy them from our done for you services. So we sell them and we add them to your network so that you're ready to use them. And you create submissions where you can set up posting to your Twitter accounts. So while you can do manual status update, pretty much just go and manually post your link. Of course, the best results you achieve when you chain your submissions, when you tiers to going from the higher tier network going to the social network accounts. And again, you can probably you probably will go with the 50. If depending on the size, you might have more so that you not overload your Twitter accounts. And once you set up, again, the similar with the backlinking social signals, we have two scenarios. Every time you make a post on a higher tier network, on your PBN or your Web2 authority network, you can set up to automatically retweet these posts with a link X number of times, spread over time, of course. So let's say you make a post and you said, like, I want to retweet this post on my Twitter network, let's say 5 times over a week. And exactly the same way as I showed with the backlinks, so you might do build signals to existing blocks and posts without making new posts on a higher tier network. So essentially what you do, the same way you set up data pipe, you set up your tier backlinking, and you said that I want to send random number of either home pages of the blogs or inner pages to my Twitter accounts, so that it will be automatically built like on autopilot every day to maintain proper link velocity, to maintain the number of social signals you build over to your network. The next one, traffic and search simulation. RankWyz has this for a while now, and it has proven way to increase indexing. It also there are like a lot of studies prove that it helps with ranking. So it's not as straightforward as it used to be in the past, when like search simulation just automatically brings up ranking. But the way RankWyz implemented it, it definitely helps. First of all, what's traffic simulation is when we build the posts, and especially when we build them in the tiers. Let's say we post on the PBN and automatically backlink, and Web2 and automatically backlink, and tier 3, it depends on the structure you have. At any network level, you can go in settings, you can enable traffic and search simulation. So what it basically does, it follows posts and goes, and especially if it's in tiers, our bots are following posts from tier to tier up to the upper tier. So basically simulating traffic, incoming traffic. There are a lot of people, some people believe in this, some people don't, but if you look at the facts, is that pretty much all Web2 blogs have Google Analytics installed. So Google Analytics sees, and there's a fact that Google counts lately traffic, incoming traffic from links. In fact, it's been using this, it's been counting for a long time, but now with this evidence that new slowly changing algorithm of like what they called rank brain coming into the picture, they now admit so that they are adding more and more criteria that will separate link that is just built and never visited from the link that bring in traffic. Traffic simulation. There are several attempts. There are several other systems that do primarily search simulation. The advantage of what RankWyz does is in our data, because you don't need to create a campaign, you don't need to add your links, you don't need to add for every link you want to visit some kind of campaign. That ultimately brings you to the very low scope of a number of links you want to process to this type of system. In our case, if you want to build if you build 1,000 posts a day, they will be visited, all 1,000 will be visited by our bots clicking through, and they use thousands of IPs. They use simulate different user agents, and to our best ability, so we simulate real traffic coming through the site. Because, as I said, because of our data, you don't need to enable it in any other form but click on the traffic simulation. And of course, it doesn't go indefinitely. Traffic simulation works for 7 days. 7 days after you make a post. So pretty much once in every day, like sometimes more. The page will be visited by quote-unquote real user. And if it is not just simple post but tiered linking, not only it will click the post, but it will find the link and go up tier and up tier. So basically, so you will have advantage of building tiered backlinks. So it will navigate up through the tiers, and essentially with one visit will click through your tiers. For the search simulation, it's more known what it is. So like once your blog is ranking for the specific keyword, there are systems that simulate search traffic, searching this keyword, finding this blog, clicking through, and this is way longer been admitted by all search engines, so that they use click-through to count to see that there is an interest, the site and the index bringing the traffic and they interested in. So this is what RankWyz does. The only difference, the extra step you need to do is once you have search simulation on, so it will not bring any search traffic for the obvious reason, so that you need to enable rank tracker. And this is why exactly you need to have rank tracker with the highly relevant low competition keywords. So it's not that even if your main keyword is chiropractor in Toronto, so you want to track ranking of your Web2 properties on the lots of keywords, low competitive but highly relevant. And again, so it's I covered multiple times. This is my firm belief that this is the best way to see the authority of your any properties, PBN, Web2, social, if they bring any traffic, if they are ranking, is to make sure they're ranking for the highly relevant and competitive keywords. That itself will supersede any other metrics you can get on the domain. So if chiropractor Toronto, your main keyword, and you have property ranking for the I'm not getting the best keyword problem from top of my head, but let's say low back pain treatment in Richmond Hill, which is a suburb of Toronto. So that's indication that right from the Google, so that property is highly relevant, and because it's ranking, so it's as stamp of approval. So again, for traffic and search simulation, it's easy to enable. You just need to activate. But in order to get try search simulation working, you need to add rank tracker. Another way is utilize ranking keywords, ranking pages, give them a boost. Is to use a data pipe when you send SERP, it's called SERP backlinking, when you send your ranking post to your lower tier. It's not exactly on the topic of indexing. Very likely if page is ranking, it's already indexed, but just to cover all the steps, once you have rank tracking enabled, you can have automatically send your ranking posts to the lower tier. So instead of sending random links, random posts, you can focus more on those that are ranking. And of course, external link building. So it falls into the build backlinks, but so of course you don't need to focus like limit yourself to only RankWyz and external link building. So like obviously the number one that comes to mind is GSA. So just still the best mass link building tool out there, and you can master your own GSA. You can use outsourcers that there are a lot of the offering the instances to run your projects. RankWyz has an integration with GSA, so you can automatically expose your tier, any tier in the form of RSS to be consumed by GSA. You can run almost an autopilot building backlinks, and with our effort, what we did together with this user, he himself was running his own GSA instance non-stop, building backlinks to his blogs, and for the first, it doesn't harm your blogs any longer, so you're not posting, but you continuously, like, you focus. Once you have your blogs, you shift in your focus, and you once you have your blogs and post initial set of content, let's say 15 posts, you shift your focus on building backlinks, raising authority, and they become your asset, especially as they aged, especially as they get in higher metrics. You don't want to just hammer them. You want to build more backlinks. And well, I use GSA, which is like use outsourcers. Honestly, I think GSA at the moment just really supersedes like by far any other link building tools. So I don't know if you need any other like bot GSA for that, or find someone who good at GSA. And I mentioned several times through the demo, so don't forget to activate automation to move index blocked out from the network, so then you focus on blocks that requires indexing, and to moving those that are indexed to the different networks. So with this setup, you can see that I had network where I was warming up blocks, and I will use on this example. So you set up data automation, so-called authority move, and you said that once authority move, once block is indexed, so you want to move them to the different network. So that this will kind of sums up all your effort, and so that once you set it up, so you the system works for you, so you continue building links. You might be building shared network posts or your own backlinks. You build social signals, other backlinks, but with the combination of this data pipe, once blocks are indexed, they will be moved out to the different networks. So when you come back to your account, might be after vacation, or when you check your account, so you will see that blocks are getting indexed and moved, building your highest ACO asset is high authority properties, block networks, and so on. And again, so we covered several steps. So using post to bulk indexing services, using Builtin or your own, building backlinks, building social signals, using traffic and search simulation, and external link building in the form of GSA or others. You can post RSS if you have any tools that are there are tools that are reposting RSS and somewhat. So with all of these, and of course you if you're looking for automation, so you enable moving index blocks to another network where you will consider them kind of to be ultimately ready for your ACO, for your link building. So that's let's put it in short, covers the effort we made to index pretty much all blocks in this user's network, to make them indexed, and even raise the authority on some, and get about half of them ranking in Google for the relevant keywords. So looking forward for the follow-up questions. Thank you for watching, and thank you for using RankWyz.